Daily bread, another day to be cashing with us. It is July 29th. We got Thursday day baseball going on, but don't you worry, we got night baseball and the NBA draft. So that's where our action will be centered around today. Maybe we'll dive into some Gold Cup even at the end. But Sosa, how you doing today?
Oh man, another day. Nice little Thursday. Got some running around. It's my girl's birthday today, so just doing the usual stuff that's required for that day of the year. And yeah.
Required, you don't sound too happy about it.
Oh man, I love it. I'm just tired.
You're just making it sound like I'm required to do this, so I'm just showing up so I don't get
No, I can't get fined either way, so it's all good. But yeah, it's a good Thursday, man. Baseball started out janky as shit. Yankees down by 2 touchdowns. What the fuck?
Wasn't the entire public all over it, so they know.
Oh, they're getting hammered. They're getting the shit beat out of them. And the thing is, they're going to get shut out, and Tampa Bay's going to cover the over by their fucking self. It's just every fucking thing you could think of the opposite way with Garrett Cole on the mound. It's fucking insane. It's actually not insane at all. It's expected. A lot of people told me to stay off it, and I didn't. I got my money on the race. Go get them gifts, man. Yeah, damn right, bro. I already got them. It's already locked in. You dig? Oh man, Jordan and Kobe, what up, man? We just, we cooling, doing legendary.
All the usuals tapping in live on Twitch. Lady D, thank you
for
joining
Lady
us again last night.
How you feeling?
Live on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube right now. Make sure you be checking in. Give us your plays that you're currently sweating. Give us the plays that you have coming up. And man, if you got any draft questions, definitely hit us up for that, because I know Sosa will have to actually be cutting me off for once when we're talking about that, because
a lot of money
for the NBA draft.
We can make a lot of money tonight doing hood rat shit with our homies for real. That's tonight.
Betting on guys who are about to get paid, essentially, is what we're doing.
Betting Cubs as usual. Yep. Good luck with that, my brother. I had the over in that game. Not looking good.
All right, let's get into the baseball slate.
Yeah, I mean, for the rest of the day, bro, the only plays I have for the remainder of today is I like the Toronto Blue Jays team total over. I'm doing it again to myself. Doing it again.
Man, I kind of like their money line in this spot.
And that's good for you. I mean, if that's what you want to do.
No, that's our rule, is we don't bet on the Blue Jays money line. Yeah, but of all the night games, that's one of the biggest things that just popped out to me. I just like Rue hasn't done great against them, but it is what it is. He only went 1 inning in his last start, so he's got a decent amount of rest. So that's why I'm just thinking
I don't even think I want to give that play out, bro. The 2 plays I'm gonna give out.
Why? You don't want to fade Rodriguez? That's also the big reason why I
want to fade Rodriguez, but I'm going to leave that play out. I'm going to go Detroit Tigers team total over 5.5 at plus 102. I like them. I like them to go off tonight, play well. Baltimore is fade material as far as I'm concerned. So we're not even going to do that.
Wells is on the mound for them tonight as well.
Correct, and I like that number. The Tigers lineup is clicking right now. They scored 17 runs yesterday without a home run and gave up a bunch of home runs. Did you see that? Like they gave up 7 home runs and didn't hit a home run and won the game. That's a crazy stat. That's crazy. Lanny's telling us something crazy around the mound. Plus 115. I think it's just the lineup's been performing poorly over the last week and a half, bro. So. I'm not touching that. That's not an official play for me. Official play is Detroit Tigers team total over 5.5. Forget about the Jays game. Fuck them. We're not fucking with Canada until they back in Canada. Like when they play in when they play in Toronto again,
I believe it's tomorrow or Saturday is their first game back against the Royals.
Just wait. When the Royals pull up to Toronto, they're gonna get that ass clap, and we're gonna get all our money back. So chill on that. And then my other play is for the Rockies San Diego Padres game. We're gonna go. I know you're gonna like this one. We're gonna go no runs first inning, -120. Musgrove on the mound, Freeland on the mound. I like the spot. I just like the play. I also was contemplating the Rockies. I saw a couple people are really heavy on the Rockies today to win, and I'm not. It's a stay away from me.
That's a real hungry dog plus 230 there.
Yeah, that's a heavy dog. But you know what? Heavy dogs are not a bad choice. A lot of these guys, a lot of these teams have been favored like, -190 or higher, have been losing outright left and right this season. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. It's just I can't do it. I like no runs first inning in that game, -120. I love the price.
I would love to see the Padres get shelled today. Again.
I'd love it.
At least they let Snell just sit in there the whole time and get rocked. That was nice. Even though that ticket was gone real quick, we knew that one. But it kind of was nice just making him watch it, just take it the whole time.
Get smacked. Rockies first five and Rockies money line. Our buddy Andrew's in here with the cash outs. Hey man, I roll with just about everything you say. I like it. I'm not making it like a play. It's just I can't trust them, man. I can't trust them. White Sox down 5-0. They're getting the shit smacked out of them. Cubs up 3-2 in the 6th. Nationals up 7-1 in the 4th against the Phillies in game 2 of a doubleheader. Looking to sweep that. And we got the Giants up 2-0 right now against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the 2nd inning. So,
Yeah, there's not too many big spots jumping out to me tonight. I don't want to get involved with the A's or the Angels. Didn't want to get involved with the Padres game. Been betting on those two teams a little too much recently, so take it a little bit off from there. That's kind of where talk about the game you don't want to talk about. I do like the Jays, but I'll listen to you and stay off it. So therefore, my action, and I got a lot coming up, is going to be on the draft.
A's Angels over.
Montas and Bundy up on the mound. I mean, I guess it's a nice fade Bundy spot.
Yeah, I would have to. I like the angle. Bundy stinks, and Montas is hit or miss, literally.
Just trying to see if I can get any good numbers behind that one real quick. Angels hit the total when it's at 9 at home at 15-8. That's really all I got on that one.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't too impressed by the slate. I didn't really want to dive into it and because like I said, it's just today just was a weird variable day, and I just stayed off of a lot of stuff. I am focused on the draft though. The draft is the thing, is what I'm really, really locked in with.
Do we just get right into it a little bit early and just run extremely long on NBA draft props?
Yeah, let's go, man. I'm with it. We can look those over right now and talk over whatever you're thinking, and I'll let you know how I feel.
We know what the first three are going.
Yeah, it's
Cunningham, real quick.
Cunningham, Green is going. That was the Rockies game. Rockies Nerfy. The top three is Cade, Green, and Mobley. We know those three are going. Honestly, I think that the first 4 picks are actually pretty set. I can't see Jalen Suggs going past 4.
Can you hear this rain?
No.
Word.
So just after 4 is where things kind of get a little murky.
And I'm not getting involved anywhere with the 5, 6, and 7 picks. I think we know what 5 is, but 6 and 7, I've been looking at those odds the whole day.
Well, see, 5. I wouldn't say 5 is a lot, because a lot of people I've been hearing Scotty Barnes' name associated with the Toronto Raptors, and I have no idea why. To be honest with you, I do not. I'm not high on him personally. There's a lot of people who apparently for some reason in this draft they're very high on him. 6'9", versatile defender. I mean, based on what I saw in college basketball this season, he doesn't shoot the ball well enough for me to warrant him as a top 5 or 4 or 5 pick. I don't know why. The only team I can see taking him is Orlando. And that's because they have no plans of being good anytime soon.
The biggest thing what you can do with Scotty Barnes is you could potentially play him at center, which you can't do with Ben. I mean, I guess you can play him at center, but that's one thing that I think Scotty does give you.
I mean, is he really a point guard? Max Scherzer to the Padres. Did that just really happen? Mac, don't be coming in here doing that, bro. Did that really just happen? It would make sense. No. They're trying to trade him. They're trying to trade for him.
All right, well, let's get back to the draft.
Hey, come on, bro. Like, don't do that. Don't do that, Max.
Yeah, I was about to say with Kuminga, when we get to Kuminga and Book, that's kind of where I don't have anything there. I got 2 players that I like to go potentially in the top 10. These are my only plus money odds. All the rest are spread, so everything will be like minus 110 or something like that.
Okay.
But 2 guys that I'm potentially eyeing up is Corey Kispert. He's sitting at plus 220 to go in the top 10. And I'm also looking at Davion Mitchell at plus 195.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Kispert ain't going to the top 10. That's not happening.
Why not?
It's not happening.
Best shooter in the draft.
That's not happening, brother. The best shooter in the draft is Nashawn Highland, and it's not even close.
No, it's not. It's Kispert. You know it's Kispert.
I disagree personally.
You're a shooter? Have you watched the Gonzaga games last year?
I mean, I watched the Gonzaga games, and I watched Corey Kispert win WCC Player of the Year and be the 3rd or 4th option on his team.
That's why I'm saying he's a perfect 6'7" pure shooter. He's going to help any team right away.
I'm not high on him at all. To be honest with you, the reason why I'm not high on him at all is I just the way he played in the championship game really kind of let me know the way he is. He's a bitch. He's soft. He's not built for the moment. That's just how I feel. Now he might get drafted top. He might still get drafted top 10. But
that's literally what I just said.
He might, but I just look at. Okay, let's go over these. The top 10. Right, 10 would be Memphis. I can't see Memphis drafting him. Right.
No.
Sacramento possibly.
The Magic is where he's going to go.
Nah, there's no way.
The Magic need shooting.
Not with Isaac coming back. Isaac's coming
back.
Bro,
they have all the defense in the world. He is this fit at Orlando.
The second pick, bro. I don't know, man. I'm just not.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I think he could potentially fit.
At plus 220, it's worth a ticket. It's worth a ticket at plus 220 for sure.
And then my other guy was what Outlaw put in there. What I said earlier was Davion Mitchell was the other guy I'm potentially looking to go at the top 10. He is a little bit more. I'm not as sold on just because he's from Minnesota. I mean, he has good film, but Minnesota was just kind of I don't know. Yeah, I've seen some weird comparisons out there with him.
Davion?
Where
I thought didn't Davion go to Butler?
Oh, he went to Butler. My bad. I was just reading that my spot where I think he could go to.
He went to Baylor. I'm tripping. Baylor.
The reason why I was saying that is because I think he could potentially go to Golden State is where I think he could potentially slide. And that pick is from Minnesota. And that was the only reason why I can see him going in the top 10. I don't see him going to the Magic. I don't see him going to the Kings. And he's definitely not going to the Grizz. So that's not the one I'm sold on because I potentially can only think that there's the one spot, and that's the Warriors. So I'm not sold on that one. But those were the 2 guys I'm eyeing up.
Okay. The guy I'm hearing that Golden State's in love with is Duarte. I'm hearing that they love him. I'm hearing they love.
Yeah, but he'll be there at 14.
At 14, I know that, but I know that his name has been I've seen every Warriors blog that I saw. You know, Sosa, he was really composed as a point guard running the offense to half court the final game. Talking about Davion. I mean, they're close. If it doesn't, until it happens, I don't believe it. But if they get Scherzer, I'm gonna fucking go cry. If that happens during the show, I will be in the back room crying.
Yeah, but those are my two top 10s.
I love Davion. Davion's a combo guard. That is true. He's either a 1 or a 2. The thing that gives Davion an edge though is he's a great perimeter defender. So like he's gonna be able to play in the NBA right away. The offense will come, but he will get minutes because he's an elite defensive player. Yeah, I now being the Giroux comparison is tough because y'all know I'm extremely on Drew Holiday. He's smaller than Giroux. Drew's about 6'4".
Do you know? You want to hear the gross comparison I saw out there? Who? Marcus Smart, but with offense.
That's tough. That is tough. That's a tough one. Under 12.5. Bro, I could see him in that top 12. He has that. He does have that ability to where if a team he has that factor of if a team falls in love with you. Giddey's the same way. Josh
Memphis did.
Those are two players that if an organization falls in love with them, they could go top 10. I honestly believe that Kispert's a fraud. I could be wrong. It's just something about him. A Bulldog.
So that's where I do have.
Come on now, bro. John Morant is different.
Well, that's where I do have 2 plays on these guys already. So these were the ones that I already did lock in. As I have Kispert under 14 at -160. All these plays are going to be a half unit.
Now that I like.
Because the Pacers are at 13 and Dougie's gone.
He would never go past. He would never get past 13. So yeah. I like that. It's just taking him in the top 10 is like a bit of a stretch. But at 13, that I could definitely. He's definitely going to make the lottery. That's like him. Yep. That's what you're saying. Is he a lottery pick? I think Kispert's a lottery pick. I don't know about top 10.
And then I have the same one as Andrew put in there, but I have that at +105 because those are the 2 guys that I think can go there. So that's where I have them covered. As long as they go under the ones, it's basically a free ride on both of them. And if one of them hits, it's a nice cash. So I'll let you know if I end up locking those 2 in. But those are the 2 plays. All of my plays are going to be half units. This is the draft. It gets wild, especially where I'm not targeting anyone else past the top 10.
Right.
Trades, anything can happen. So let's stick with the point guards here. Mm-hmm. One that I hate to do. One that I really, really hate to do. Io, 26.5. You can get that over, and I think that's a solid lock. And I love Io's game. I was probably one of his biggest fanboys.
Over what number?
26.5. That's where it gets rough, but that's not one I've locked in. It's not one of my favorites. I have more locked in, but this is one that's been catching my eye that I've spent way too much time looking at.
The problem with Io is that Io is not a point guard. Io's a 2. In the league, I think he's a 2. Mm-hmm. He's another combo guard. He's a combo guard who doesn't really who is nowhere near as explosive as Davion Mitchell. You know? Again, it takes a team falling in love with you. He's a big guard, though. He's a big guard, about 6'4", and he's solid. I like the
he can't shoot. Or I don't think he's going to shoot at NBA range. That's going to be his biggest hit.
He's a big, like I said, he's a big combo guard. You know what I mean? There's probably about 5 or 6 guards. I mean, if he's classified as a point guard, he's probably like, I don't know. There's probably like 6 or 7 point guards better than him, to be honest, in this draft. So
that's why I think he goes late first round, early second round. Like I'm thinking 28 to like 36 is his range. So that's where the over 26.5 at -105 is a decent spot. Because if I'm just looking at who's at 25 and 26, the Clippers, I don't think they take them. But I mean, they may, and then it's the Nuggets, and I don't think the Nuggets take them. So that's kind of where those 2 teams, if they don't trade out, would be the ones that concern me. And I think Houston will get to a guy that we're about to get to. I think me and you both agree that he's going here, and we should be taking his under.
Io gives me Marcus Smart vibes.
All right, we got to stop with the Marcus Smart comparison.
You need a vibe check, my brother, because Marcus Smart is way more explosive. Io's not an elite athlete. Coming into the league, Marcus Smart was an elite athlete.
Yep.
Explosive, above the rim. I don't see that with Ayo. I can see the comparison a bit with Davion because they're about the same height. Marcus Smart's about 6'2". Ayo's about 6'4", a little more solid built, and he's an offensive guard. He don't lock up the way Marcus Smart does. Marcus Smart's an elite defender. Davion Mitchell, same type of deal. Small, pit bull type of defender. I like the bulldog pit bull type of mentality. Davion Mitchell's a dog. We seen what the fuck he was doing to Kispert and them in the finals. Them boys showed up to a beatdown. It was like when Notre Dame played Miami. After the game, the police was taking statements. You know what I'm saying? Kispert was like, all I know is they were black and they were shooting threes. Like he had nothing. He had nothing in the national championship for those cats. The Baylor just basically murdered them.
So back to Ayo. Do we think we take the 26.5 or do we let this one chill? This would be a quarter unit. This would be a half.
Ayo, I would stay away from. It's not a bad bet. But I'm seeing him like I've looked at like three different mocks right now. One has him going at 26. One has him going at 25. One has him going at 29.
I think he's second round. To be honest, that's why I like it because I honestly think he's very early second round.
There's always about 5 guys that we go like, what the fuck? Like where we don't know. The guy that I actually am extremely high on that I think people completely are missing is Jalen Johnson from Duke.
That was one of my players because
Jalen Johnson. I mean, prior to this, he was touted as like a top 6 or 7 guy.
It's the Michael Porter Jr. scenario all over again, but a little bit different.
Right, and he didn't even get hurt. He had a misunderstanding with Coach K, who has a history of blackballing players, by the way. I mean, I know we like to love on Coach K. He's a complete dick.
He's my biggest stay away guy on the board is Jalen Johnson. He was someone that, if you literally look at my notes, it's a huge question mark at 15.5. You can get the under plus 120.
He's going to go in the top. He's going to go in the lottery. I'll guarantee you that's what I'm saying. If you're telling me Jalen Johnson or Corey Kispert, I'm taking Jalen Johnson. If you're telling me Jalen Johnson or Josh Giddey, I'm taking Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is one of the 5 best athletes in this entire draft.
So you would take the under 15.5 at plus.
Fuck yes, Jalen Johnson will be a lottery pick. People can say whatever they want about the Coach K situation. The kid can fucking ball. He should have been a top 5 prospect. Taze, you hit it on the head right there. If he plays the whole season at Duke, it's just that motherfucker Coach K has so much pull with USA basketball and the higher ups in the NBA that he did the same shit to Trayvon Duval. He fucked up his career because he told him to come play for him, and then when Marvin Bagley reclassified, he was like, "Oh, we'll just bring him in too." But then you already told Trayvon Duval, "You're our number 1 guy. We're going to let you play in pick and roll." Soon as Bagley shows up, they change the whole fucking offense to feature him. Of course it's going to look bad. Trayvon's a pick and roll point guard that has to already split the game plan with Grayson Allen, and now you bring in the number 1 consensus player who you have to show off for Nike. I fucking hate Coach K, bro. I'm sorry. That's just I had to rant about
Jalen. All right, I'll lock in a quarter unit, 0.25 units on that play. I like that
Jalen
one.
Johnson.
Because he was a big question mark. I wanted you to convince me on him, and he was legitimately one of the guys that I had.
Yeah, Brad. You talk about extreme upside. Another kid that has extreme upside, Keon Johnson, freak athlete.
Hitting on he was the biggest one that I'm not touching tonight.
Freak athlete. I think
he's the one who I've seen the widest range on projections is on Keon.
Yeah, he could go anywhere from 8 to 20. You can go anywhere. But we're talking about guys who may not be polished, but they got athleticism, they have ability, and they have a high ceiling. So Keon's one of those guys. He's a bit of a project, but he's got all the ancillary tools to be really good in the NBA, especially in this NBA. This new age of run and gun, shoot threes, be explosive.
So I got 2 more first-round players, and then I got a bunch of second-rounders, and then we can get into a few more other guys. What do you think about Zaire Williams? I'm thinking over 18.5. He just seems like too much of a project. The freshman from Stanford has a lot to build on, and he has a good frame and everything there. I just don't think he makes it before 18.
I don't think so either. I don't think he makes it before 18. I think he's in the 20s. I know Houston's got 2 late picks. I think I've heard I've heard him and Sharif Cooper being targets of Houston later. That would make sense to me because they're going to miss out on Cade. You could get
That's where I think our next guy goes is Bones. He's at under 28.5 at -105. I think at 24 to the Rockets, if he's there, you can just lock that one up
at
over Sharif.
At either 23 or 24, I think it's going to be dependent on if Sharif is available. I honestly, bro, I guess I spoke on him a couple times. I believe he's the biggest wild card in the entire draft. I believe that if he never got hurt, he probably is a top 10 pick, no question. Durability has been a problem. Some people say he's too small, but I don't believe that at all. I believe that he definitely has, like I said, extreme upside. Extreme.
Yeah, Cam Thomas, I'm high on him as well. I wanted to put a pick on him, but the past 3 days of research since we talked about him on Tuesday's show, the NBA draft people just hate him. They're like, other than a shot, there is nothing to like, and that's everything that I've read. But I was just like, it doesn't. It
bothers me. It bothers me also because it's like, these are the same dickheads who said Mo Bamba would be the next Anthony fucking Davis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker holding a clipboard and taking measurements is the last guy I want to hear about who is the next guy. You know what I mean? I heard a bunch of people tell me Luka Doncic was overrated, that Trae Young was overrated, that both teams fucked up by making that and everyone who had something stupid to say has to shut the fuck up and have a Coke and a smile now because they're both great. Right? That's the problem with drafting, right? Like it's a draft. You can do all the analysis that you want. The players still have to be empowered and placed in a position to be successful. So tonight's a great night for 60 young men who have a lifetime opportunity to become a lifetime dream to be acknowledged and to come true. But
who I think this is one of my plays that I have locked in. Projected as an early second rounder. I think he's going to have a great night because he's going to get a first round bag. Quentin Grimes from Houston.
Oh, he's going first round. He's
under 32.5 -125.
I have book that right now and tell him Sosa and Rex you could tell him at the cash out window that Sosa and Rex said they're here for you go pick up your motherfucking money. Quentin Grimes a first round pick. Yeah, any dickhead on the internet and all those. He's a first round pick, bro. Come on. He left early. He didn't leave a program in which he could literally win 30 fucking games last year or next year, get in the NCAA tournament again. No, he's a first round pick.
He carried his team once I'm blanking on who left his team at Houston this season. And in the tournament, he put the team on his back. He gives you defense because you're not playing in Sampson's team.
And he
doesn't need the ball in his hands the whole game. That's what I'm thinking. At the Nuggets at 26, the Nets at 27.
The Sixers. There's no way the Sixers would if Quentin Grimes, he won't even be available when the Sixers draft. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes top 25. Bro, he's not even going to be available. I think Quentin Grimes is 100% a first round pick. So you said minus, let me put that bet in right now, actually.
Yeah, -125. This is what I told you. I was looking over this whole board the entire week getting ready for today's show.
This is easy. Quentin Grimes is a fucking first round pick. You shitting me?
That's what I was saying too. When I saw the under 32, I kept going back to trying to convince myself.
Bro, if they have Josh Christopher going in the first round of some drafts, all right, Quentin Grimes is a first round pick, bro.
Yeah, you can get it under 32. Get rid of the hook at plus money.
3-and-D player for the next 10 years in the NBA. We talk about him remember when people were like Desmond Bane? Yeah, Desmond Bane. When you can really shoot it, you can keep a job in the NBA. If you're an elite shooter, you can keep a job in the NBA. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? People can just do that. If you have in the gym range, you're gonna keep a job. Grayson Allen will always have a job, not just because he's white, but because he can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like he can really shoot. That's the way. If you're an elite shooter, you're going to always have the opportunity to be employed in the NBA. And I guess that's why listen. I like Kispert, but you know who my career comparison to him is? You really want to know?
Who?
Matt Harpring. That's who I see when I see Corey Kispert. Matt Harpring.
All right, I'm seeing a little bit more of an upside than him.
I mean, Matt Harpring played in the league like 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a 15-point per game scorer. I mean, like that is Corey Kispert, bro. Like, if it's not him, right? That's who Kispert is. Like to me, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like Kispert is Matt Harpring 2.0. That's what he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Quentin Grimes on the board in the sixth at the end of the first round and the sixth round on the board, I would take Quentin Grimes. I would take for the next 5 fucking years, unless the Sixers trade Ben Simmons tonight, right? It should be nothing but 3-and-D players for the next 5 years. You don't need to draft a single player that can dribble. Don't even draft players that dribble. If they can't catch and shoot, don't even look at them twice. If Ben Simmons is going to be on your team, if Joel Embiid is going to be on your team,
and Grimes thrives in that role, I would believe
straight up. Like if that's the case, if you don't, the Sixers shouldn't even draft players that dribble. If they dribble, don't even look at them. Don't even we need guys that can stay 30 feet away from the basket and have to be guarded. That's it. And any team that is going to employ Ben Simmons, those are the only players that are going to work. That's it. You need guys that can just flat out shoot. That's it. So, yeah, just my thoughts on the Sixers situation. Obviously, drafting in the late 20s is never going to be, like the plan. It's never the plan to make money. You know what I mean?
And everyone's saying Jared Butler is going to be our pick as well.
I like Jared Butler. I mean, like I said, 3-and-D. Morey's not stupid. Morey knows what we need. I will say this. It ain't we if Ben Simmons not in a Sixer uniform. So
I don't want Trey Mann. I saw someone giving us Trey Mann from Florida, and no.
Listen, if it's not a 3-and-D player, keep him. We done let McCall just fucking walk on draft night for Zaire Smith. When he would have been a seamless fit, bro. A seamless fucking fit. We just saw him put up 27 in the NBA Finals
game. Too big of a project in Zaire Williams, and Zaire was NBA ready. But next player,
how many games he played again?
I don't know. We poisoned him, so we can't really get into that.
Okay, because he's ass.
So one of the players that I wasn't surprised that there's a second round grade on him, but under 36.5, I don't have anything locked in on him yet. Isaiah Todd. That's a tough one. I think I'm staying away from it.
That's a tough one.
Going to the G League, I think you have to be a first round pick if you're going into the G League. That's what I'm kind of saying is that's the whole reason why you're in the G League. You're not going to the G League to get a second round. You know what, man?
It might be worth a ticket on taking him to go in the first round.
Yes, sir. We'll definitely recap.
Just as far as being a project, because you already know. Like I said, all it takes is one team to fall in love with you, and then once you get to about 24, you're trying to hit the lottery. You're not in the lottery. You're trying to literally hit the lottery now. It's like if I can get someone late in the first round that's playable, that can just be playable, or again that long-term project. Just off of that, Isaiah has a shot to be drafted in the first round just because, I mean, in high school, he was the man. Obviously, he went to the Ignite, and he wasn't the guy. I mean, he wasn't, or he went to the G League, and there were 2 other high schoolers that were overshadowing him by a huge amount. I mean, Kuminga and Jalen played.
Let me get my light on real quick.
Right, so it's interesting. What'd you say the number was again?
36.5 for Todd.
Man, that's a stay away from me. I do think that your logic is right, though. You don't leave. You don't bail on college and go to the G League. And not be a first round pick. It kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, unless he made $1 million selling shoes or something, like it wouldn't make sense. There are plenty of good players in this draft, in my opinion. Maybe not a ton of studs, but a lot of stuff. I agree, man. I think like I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I did my original grades a month ago, a little over a month ago, right? And these were my top 10 players. Cade, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Jonathan Kuminga, Jalen Suggs, Book Knight, Davion Mitchell, and Jalen Johnson. Those are my top 10 players. I'm gonna be totally honest. Those are my top 10 guys. Listen, I'm not knocking Giddey. I think he could be a really good pro. All it takes is one team to fall in love with you.
And Memphis did. I think it's confirmed he's the Memphis.
It seems like Memphis likes him, right? But remember, bro,
you don't move up for no reason.
Memphis made this mistake before when they signed a guy that looked just like him, gave him a bag.
Chandler Parsons.
All up. Right. You see how you knew exactly who it was?
I remember it was one of the not the worst contracts, most unfortunate ones that have panned out in the NBA. Because I'd never knock on someone getting paid.
I don't know, man. I like Giddey. Maybe I'm wrong about him, but it is what it is at this point. I don't think Giddey. I ain't high on Giddey. I'm not giddy on Giddey. I think he's just.
All right, I got 3 players who I don't think get drafted tonight.
Ooh,
I don't like betting on this.
Luka Garza's one of them
because I think it's going to make me money. But
Luka Garza's one of them, right?
Yes, over 54.5 minus 110.
Luka's going to get drafted because no Wooden Award winner's not gotten drafted. So you could just
this is where I have 3 players, and he was the one that I was most likely to lead off. Matthew Hurt from Duke over 53.5 minus 140. I think that one's easy. Lock it in. I have a quarter unit on that one. And the other guy that I have is one of my favorite guys to watch last season. I don't think he makes it in the league. Mamu from Seton Hall, Mamu Kelishvili. Sandro. Yeah, I don't think he's over 55.5 at minus 130. I don't think he makes it either because he's just in Garza's boat where if one of those two isn't going, because I don't want to say they're the same player, but very, very similar. Mamu definitely gives you more in defense, but they're both big, slow guys that can extend it, but can't really give you that much else other than extending it. In the NBA post, they're not going to survive unless they're playing the third string. And on the defensive end, they're not going to survive against the second string. So I think you could just throw a quarter unit, which I have on Hurt, and Mamu. That one just pains me in the lock-in because I respected his game at Seton Hall a lot, but I just don't think he goes.
Yeah, I mean, and Seton Hall hasn't been a factory for first-round picks, so you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, Miles Powell didn't even get drafted, and we all thought he would get drafted. So it's not.
So we'll go quarter unit on Hurt and Mamu there.
All right, I'm with you.
All right, so then I got 3 other guys left to talk about. I don't know if you had anybody that you were dying to get on because I only just have second rounders left. There's easily talking points on first rounders still here.
Just the guys in this draft that I really love, who maybe aren't really household names. I love Isaiah Jackson from Kentucky.
20.5.
I think he's an extremely talented young kid, and from what I've seen in workouts, obviously the COVID year you could take from it what you will, but I like his game, man. And the thing is, I like Kentucky. I like Kentucky players.
Always draft Kentucky players.
Kentucky players translating to the NBA. You know what I mean? No, everyone was like, "Oh, we got Maxey at 16, and he's going to play for the next 10 years, no question." Guys like PJ Washington, Keldon Johnson. Who the fuck thought Keldon Johnson would be good?
Who thought Devin Booker, who was the sixth player on his team? I think he was the 5th one drafted that year, or 4th one drafted that year.
That's what I'm saying. Kentucky players, they just translate well to the NBA.
The biggest bust that hasn't is Nerlens, but he's still going.
Not even the biggest.
No, that's what I'm saying. Bust as in he was a 3rd.
Nah, the biggest. 11th. The worst draft pick in the last 5 years from Kentucky, Trey Lyles. Trey Lyles has fucking sucked.
Oh,
He
I
stinks.
forgot he went he went in that bad funk where he was like a fucking
He's
Johnny
ass.
Flynn type of draft pick
He's
there. You're
ass,
right on that
ass.
one. You're
Trey
right.
Lyles
Good call.
sucks. Trey Lyles stinks. He's stealing money. So where the fuck is he even playing? Or where is he not playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is he not playing right now?
Did he bounce between Utah and Denver?
I know he started in Utah, but I don't know where he been at. I remember they were covering him like he was that bull. He fucking stunk.
Yeah, so Isaiah Jackson's at 20.5.
I like
the thing
Isaiah
is
Jackson.
the 1-2. I don't look at the big name guys. Like I didn't go on the Athletic when I did my stuff. I don't go on ESPN. They're just narratives in that. I'm looking at the people who are like grinding college ball the whole time or who are doing these draft prospects like for a living.
The two players that you probably haven't heard like a shit ton about. So point guard from West Virginia named Miles McBride.
I heard about him.
I like him. I like him to get drafted. I don't know what the number is.
29.5. He's like, is he gonna be first round or not? It's literally his rounder.
Right. He's one of them guys, bro, that like I'm like going off the list of like players that I have.
Yep.
He's one of them guys that he can go anywhere from like 20 to 30.
Do you know where is a great fit? And I know it's dazed, and I don't think your Knicks will go that early on them. 29 is the Suns. Like, I think that is just slide right in. We'll take you right away because he was giving them nice minutes last season.
I forgot that. Yeah, Trey Lyles in San Antonio stinking. I mean, when you're getting who starts over him? Exactly. Keldon Johnson showed up and just sat his ass on the bench. Fuck Trey Lyles.
Yeah, the Spurs. I mean, if I could have a prop, that would be they would either draft Giddey, Sengun, or who's the other Europeaner? I wish I could just take odds on that they would draft
Sengun, the Turkish bull.
Yeah, or Garuba. He was the third. If
right.
I just want to take odds on the Spurs to draft one of the three.
I could see them doing that for sure.
I'll pay the juice.
I can see them doing that for sure. But I think that's all I have right here as far as like.
I got a few more guys. These are a little bit of your more fringer players, I think.
Whom?
Jacob Preston from Ohio. Make me money one more time.
Jason
41.5.
Jason Preston.
Yeah. Under 41.5. Maybe make me money one more time. I'm not doing it because
I'm staying away, man.
Who the hell knows? But he's someone who I think is going to translate well.
They were talking about him like he was Steph Curry. It's a stay away from me. I'm fading anything involves him. I hope he has a good career. I hope he plays in the NBA. But I not going to get.
Charles Bassey is my next one. The Western Kentucky center, 45.5. Just because he's a center, that's all you really have to know. I like him to go under that number, but he just has to frame it. What?
Top 45, huh? Oh yeah. Man, now this is like betting corner kicks.
I know. And then the last one is Ayayi from Gonzaga. He's at 40.5.
Oh, he'll go top 50 picks. Ain't 50 players better than him. No fuck no.
Yeah, he was the last guy that I was most debating with, just because once I got to that range, that's why I told you there's just three players that I liked right at the 40 to 45 point where there's no value in betting all.
You want to hear a hot take?
Yeah.
Ayayi's gonna have a better career than Kispert.
We'll write that one down.
You can write that down. Think about that. Ayayi played like 18 minutes a game and left early and is going to get drafted regardless, right? Okay. Kispert won Conference Player of the Year, and he wasn't the Conference Player of the Year. We all know Jalen Suggs was the best player on the team. He won that off of reputation. And if we go back to the tournament, the three best players on the team were Suggs, Timmy, and Ayayi.
My man Timmy.
So those were the three guys who really balled in the tournament. Kispert was an absolute no-show. Facts.
All right, so we'll lock in Ayayi for another 0.25 units. That's basically my card right there. I'll recap it at the end, but I'm just scrolling through the odds one last time just because I see we have a bunch of people tapping in. Don't worry, we'll recap our plays. These are all just draft bets that we have here. BJ Boston was one guy that stuck out to me just because he's another Kentucky guy, 37.5.
Yep, he could. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, he's one of them players who will listen. What number?
37.5 on Boston.
BJ has a shot at being a first rounder. Listen, he's one of them guys too. He got a shot at sneak because he went to Kentucky. These Kentucky guys are well coached, and they only show up to go pro. Also, rest in peace to Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann would have been drafted tonight. Passed away in a car accident a couple of months ago in California, in which like Brandon Boston was like driving right in front of him or behind him. So rest in peace to him, man. Hopefully his family's good, and hopefully the NBA does something as far as like honoring him to some extent today. That'd be pretty sweet. I know the Boston Celtics did. He was really beloved in the city of Boston, and rest in peace to him, man. Very, very, very unfortunate situation. Tonight, he would have been a lottery pick tonight. We would have been talking about is he going to go top 10 tonight? He was like that. So it's just unfortunate.
One of the other guys, I mean, we didn't touch on Duarte, but we did, but we didn't. He's at 14.5. No real strong feelings.
He's not getting past the Warriors. So we already know that. The Warriors have talked about how much they love him, blah, blah, blah.
The player who's hurt himself the most in the draft stock, Philip Petrusev, by leaving Gonzaga to go play overseas. He's all the way at 50.5 now. He's the player who killed his stock the most, in my opinion, this year.
Yeah, I mean,
he was going to be like a top 20 pick before he left the country.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Franz Wagner at all. I don't think there's much to talk about. He's probably going to go. I mean, is he living off his brother enough? Because I like the way Franz plays, but it's just like I just don't see it there.
Nah, Franz is talented, bro. Franz is talented.
Top 10 talented in this draft. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's more talented than his brother. I like him better than his brother. And then you see a team like I don't know, like a Sacramento who they do stupid shit all the time. And
that's exactly why they have it at 8.5 because they think he's going to go at 9.
And then Orlando has his brother. Didn't his brother get traded to Orlando?
Yeah, but why would you get both? They're not. I'm not saying they're the same player, but
I'm saying, like, why wouldn't you? If you can get the younger, better version, like, why wouldn't you? You already got the other one for free.
Yeah. And I guess the only team that we kind of neglected on was all the Texas products coming out with Kai Jones, Jericho Sims. Just not sold on, really. Kai Jones is kind of your biggest first-round wild card because he's like could go in the lottery, could go 20.
Listen, if he gets past Charlotte, if somehow Kai Jones gets past Charlotte, they should fire everybody in the building.
At 11?
At 11, if Kai Jones is there, the Charlotte Hornets should take him. That is what they need. They need an athletic big that can play in pick and roll and just dive to the fucking basket.
Imagine LaMelo and him. It would be awesome. 15.5 is where they have his number at.
Yeah. If he gets past Charlotte, I would be very, very surprised. That's that. And I mean, just based off need, like, it makes sense. So, but yeah, man, I'm about to.
I got 2.5 units locked in on this, so I'll read it all out. Okay. Half unit play on Kispert under 13.5. You can get that at even or under 14 at -160. Those are either your options for that one. They're available on 2 separate books. I'm using DraftKings for most of these. Davion Mitchell, half unit under 12.5. Then we got Quentin Grimes under 32.5 for a half unit. Then the 4-quarter unit players not to be drafted, but it's hurt under 53.5. Mamu over 55.5. Then you have IIA under 40.5 and Jalen Johnson under 15.5 at +125. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays for the NBA draft tonight. 2.5 units risk there. So it's a nice little payday.
Jalen Johnson to the Sacramento Kings. Watch. It's going to be some shit like that, bro. Jalen Johnson.
Wherever he goes under 15.5, man, I don't care where he goes.
He's going to go like top 10. And
But the biggest thing with this is why I scale my unit size down. I don't do it frequently, but it's a draft. A trade, you never know what can happen. It's a draft. Have fun. Play a little wild. Yeah, imagine him on the Warriors. That'd be pretty nuts.
I need Nashawn Highland to go in the first round. That's just my hope.
You taking the 28.5, the under on that?
Bro, I've been seeing him in a bunch of mock drafts like as high as 20. So I don't know. I saw one mock draft where the dude was 8.
All right, we're making it 2.75 units. Bones under 28.5. He made me a bunch of money at VCU. I can.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's about that time. We've been on here for like going on an hour.
The CNBA, dude, we talked 40 minutes on the draft.
I'm glad we were able to talk about this. You know, the draft is a big thing for me. I love the draft. Hopefully, we win some money tonight. That's the only objective at this point, right? Make some money off of people getting drafted. I got some plans tonight. I'm going out to dinner. In-laws just got here, so I'm about to head out of here. Everyone who tapped in with us, thank you. Rex, let's go make some money today, my boy.
Until tomorrow, we'll see you guys later.